Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Songbirds Creations, Crochet, and More. My name is Margaret, and I'd like to welcome you into the Songbird's Nest this morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. For those of you who work, I'm sure you're glad to see the weekend. Good morning, baby. Good morning, Amber. How are you guys doing today? So today I'm wearing something new that I just finished this week. It's a chevron sleeved poncho, and it is very big, very floppy, but super comfortable and warm. So trying to finish the poncho you started. Cool. Thank you. I do love this yarn, and I'd love if my camera would focus. Come on, camera. Focus, focus, focus. Hey, I'm over here. Come on. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the camera this morning, not wanting to focus. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Lana. Welcome in. So, yeah, I love this yarn. I saw this yarn, it seems like in somebody else's project, and had to find out what colorway it was. It is Mandala, and the colorway is Andorian. And I just love, love, love the colors in it. This has been, for the last couple of years, these colors have been kind of my obsession. Don't know why, but I do love it. So, yeah. Oh, and then currently I'm working on a top. Also, colors that are in my colorway obsession. This is some yarn from Ice, and this skein is really floppy and messed up, but the yarn is from Ice. It's their anti-pilling magic, they call it, and it's really nice. It kind of feels and reminds me a lot of Simply Soft. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, and it's super soft. And if you don't use just the right hook for it, it does tend to be a little splitty. But I have managed to get past that, and I really do like it. I'm using, on my current project, I'm using a Clover I or 5.5 millimeter, and it seems to be working really well. But yeah, I do love this colorway. So the top I'm making is just it's going to be a real simple t-shirt style top, but at the bottom, back and forth across the bottom, I'm going to do a long, so it's going to be like a long tunic, and I'm going to do this mesh stitch on the bottom panel as well. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do too, Amber. Trying to finish stuff as I start it, and then circle back around to unfinished whips. I also started, good morning, Helix. Good morning, Beth. Welcome in. I also started working on another Shalina because Cami wants to try making it and didn't want to feel like she was crocheting it alone. So I volunteered to make a second one. And speaking of the Shelina, I never did show it last week. So this is my first Shelina. Actually, I'm showing you the wrong side. So there is the first of my Shelinas. And yeah, this yarn turned out to be kind of a happy accident because I ordered it on Amazon, and the picture that they had matched with the number did not turn out to be the right picture. They had a picture that was a dark blue at the outer edge going into an orange and then a golden yellow. And needless to say, when I got my yarn, I was a little shocked because it definitely was not dark blue going into gold. So, yeah, but I decided to go ahead and keep it because the recipient of this shawl loves green. So it worked out. And once again, I am blurry. Okay, come on, camera. Let's behave this morning. There we go. That's a little better. So what is everybody else working on this morning? Thank you, you guys. Yeah, it was a fun shawl to make. Very, very easy. It's only a 2-row repeat, so once you get the initial setup rows done and start getting into those repeat rows, it just flows. So yeah, very, very easy shawl to make. Oh, good. You thought it was your eyes. No, not your eyes. My camera. Acting stupid. Oh, cool. I can't wait to see your design, Marianne. Yeah, well, Lana, I would have probably been able to sleep a little longer myself if I didn't know I had to get up and do my live. I probably would have slept right on through, but knitting on an asymmetrical shawl, very cool. I have one started. It's an asymmetrical shawl. It's a, they call it a dragon wing. Oh, excuse me. Everybody picking up knitting needles is making me itchy to knit something again. And I had done back several years ago, I decided to try my hand at knitting again. I hadn't knitted in quite a while. And no yawning. I'm sorry. um, I hadn't knitted in about 10 years, and I decided to pick up some knitting needles and give it a try. And I ended up making a shawl out of some shawl and a cake, and it turned out really pretty, and it was fast. Unfortunately, I don't know where I have put that shawl pattern. I'm going to have to I'm going to have to plug my hard drive in and go through it and see if maybe I've got it stored on there. I'm hoping so, because I kind of would like to do another shawl, and that was just a super simple one. It was basically stockinette stitch, but had some areas. It was a triangle shawl, and it was stockinette stitch for the most part, but had some like stripes of garter stitch throughout it. So yeah, I would kind of like to, oh, excuse me, find that shawl pattern and give it a try again. I think Amber is designing the poncho she's working on, if I remember correctly. Nothing wrong with a round poncho, Marianne. They work pretty well too. So anybody have anything exciting happen this week? We had some wild weather earlier this week. Although it wasn't as wild as some areas to the west of me and to the south of me. I was watching the storm chasers because I knew that there was supposed to be severe weather coming across from like Iowa over to Illinois, Indiana, and we were under severe thunderstorm warnings for pretty much the whole day. And so I was watching the storm chasers, watching the weather coming my way, and there were, I think, 4 separate tornadoes that came out of this one storm cell that was working its way across. And it got over to Knox, Indiana, which is not too far to the southwest of me. And that made me very uneasy. And by that point, we were under tornado watches, and the tornado watch was slated to go till 2 in the morning. Well, is it your birthday, baby? Oh, well, if you're here tomorrow, I will sing you happy birthday tomorrow. I know Amber won't be here, so yeah, her wishing you her early happy birthday is apropos. But yeah, when the tornado warning and observed tornado got over as far as Knox, Indiana, I started getting really a little scared. I mean, I have a basement and everything, so I didn't, you know, needless to say, I would just go down the basement. But, you know, at the same time, um, the tornadoes that had already come out of the storm were pretty powerful. So it was a little scary. But, and it wasn't too long after they warned Knox, after the tornado was sighted in Knox, it wasn't too long before we had a tornado warning. We had the sirens going off. I didn't end up going down the basement right then, but the storm, when the storm came in, it was unbelievable wind and rain. It looked like pictures you see in a hurricane where the wind is just blowing the rain absolutely horizontal. Yeah, that's what it looked like. So that tornado warning passed us by, but then it wasn't too long after that, and we had a second tornado warning and the sirens going off again. But by the time that storm got to us, it had weakened enough that no more tornadoes came out of it, thank God. Yeah, we are supposed to be warm all day tomorrow. It was supposed to hit us today, that it was supposed to be warm today and then snow tonight, but they pushed it forward a day. So we're supposed to only get to 41 today and possibly some snow flurries this afternoon. But then tomorrow, it's supposed to get up to 68, and then by the evening, we're supposed to have wind and snow come in. And the snow is supposed to go all night and all day Monday, and maybe just a little lake effect on Tuesday. But I'm hoping we don't end up with too much. Good morning, Tank. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing okay. Yeah. Since everything kind of moves west to east, yes, it makes sense that you'd be a day ahead of me, Amber. And if you remember, when we used to hang out on Kim's channel, you'd get your weather one day, I'd get it the next day, and then a day or two later, Kim would be getting it over in New York. So, yep. Only 85? Only 85. I would take an only 85 right now. Believe me. I would be so happy if it was 85. Of course, with the weather that's coming in tomorrow night, 85 would be really bad. We'd have horrendous storms. Actually, we may get a storm anyway. With it, they're saying it could be 68 here tomorrow. So with that kind of weather, we could end up getting a storm when that cold front starts pushing in. Yeah, I know. I was looking at your weather, Lana. Too soon for 90s. That's crazy. So y'all, I found, well, let's say a new channel found me yesterday. A new channel came up in my algorithm and I started watching her. And if you guys need a laugh, I highly recommend her channel. It is Refashioned Hippie. Y'all need to go check her out. She is hilarious. She does bad design choices videos. She does stupid things that rich people buy. And she did one that was, she was reading unhinged Amazon reviews. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever gone to Amazon and read the sugar-free gummy bear review. There are, do it. That's all I can say. Go to Amazon and look at the review for the sugar-free gummy bears. You will die laughing. Yeah, those reviews are just unbelievable. Apparently, sugar-free gummy bears cause rather violent stomach reactions. And she was unfortunate enough to eat too many of them and ended up having one of those violent reactions. Oh, yes. Yeah, BB, definitely do look it up. I heard about it. I heard about it years ago and read the reviews on it, and I was falling out of my chair, rolling around on the floor. I kid you not. But definitely go check out Refashioned Hippie. That's her channel name. I turned Camille on to her last night, and she and Ryan started watching some of her videos. And actually, Camille posted on her community tab, I think she posted the link for Refashioned Hippie's channel. So if you can't find her, go to Camille's posts and you'll have a link. But yes, definitely give her a watch. She is a lot of fun. One of the, some of the videos she does is fashions my boobs laugh at. So yes, she is a rather large-chested young lady. And being a rather large-chested woman myself, I definitely could relate because, yeah, there are definitely fashions that I know that I could never even begin to dream about wearing. And she gives the best commentary when she shows these pictures of some of these fashions that, you know. And to be very truthful, some of them I look at and I don't even see how women with little boobs could wear them. Some of them are just downright butt ugly, if you ask me. Fashion these days kind of, yeah, I guess I'm old-fashioned in a lot of ways because haute couture and what passes as high fashion these days, yeah, floors me. Yes, thank you, Tank, for posting that. I appreciate it. But yes, everybody definitely go give her a look. She is a lot of fun. And she just kind of randomly popped up in my algorithm. I thought that was rather interesting. Well, while you're sending it over to BB, send me some too, Lana. I would trade you some. We have, last time I looked, it was, well, it says it's 31 right now. Yeah. Earlier this morning, I know it was like 27, 23, something like that. But we have a high of 41 for the day today, so. I made shepherd's pie yesterday. So I had gotten hold of a pound of ground venison. It got given to me, and I was kind of at a loss as to what to make with it. So I decided to do shepherd's pie. And my hubby was not real familiar with shepherd's pie. Um, it, it was kind of funny because he's standing out there watching me and he's like, so are you going to make a crust? And I was like, no, shepherd's pie doesn't have a crust. And he's kind of like, well, how's it a pie then? And I was like, well, that's just what they call it. It's not really a pie, it's more of a casserole. But, you know, them UK people are weird because that's where it originates from. Is I had watched a one of the tasting history videos the other day, and it was making shepherd's pie, which is part of what inspired me to make it. I had been hungry for it, and then watching that video the other day just made me even more hungry for it. So, good morning, Ganny Joe. Nice to see you. Welcome in. Um, so, yeah, they were discussing, or he was discussing, the origins of shepherd's pie. And because it's considered an Irish dish. But when he started looking into the history of the dish, it probably actually originated in Scotland. And, you know, needless to say, either one, Ireland or Scotland, lamb or actually probably mutton was their choice of meats, because if they were shepherds, that's what they were doing is, watching the sheep. So mutton or lamb was readily available meat. So yeah, and normally I have made it with lamb, but since I had that venison, I was like, I'm just going to give it a try and see how it goes. And yeah, it was really yummy. The deer meat, the venison, was very, very lean, but it turned out really good. So, and I have enough leftovers of it for supper today, so I don't have to cook today, which is always nice. And then I was kind of bummed the other day because I had given my hubby a list for groceries, sent him to the store, and I've been hungry for chili. And so he brought home some black beans, no kidney beans, and no tomatoes to make chili with. So yesterday, when we went out for a ride yesterday, just kind of took about an hour ride and went out into the country, and we, on the way home, well, he told Icy, sorry, Icy, we're going home. And I said, hey, wait, dollar store, tomatoes. And so he zoomed into the dollar store and went in and got me some tomatoes so that I can make a pot of chili. But yeah, so probably tomorrow, since it's supposed to get nasty in the evening, tomorrow would be a good chili day. So yeah. Yeah, venison needs some fat, so it's not too lean, exactly. And what I did is put a couple of tablespoons of oil into my pan and started softening the onions up a little bit, and then went ahead and, excuse me, put the ground venison in with the onions and let it brown up, and added all the rest of my spices while it was browning. So yeah, it was very nice and very tasty. Yeah, country drives just for the heck of it are fun. I mean, a lot of the time, our country drives are more for the purpose of going out to the park and taking the dog out to run. Um, he is so funny. He watches my husband like an eagle eye. He will purposely go and lay in the hallway above the steps to the mudroom so that my hubby has to, you know, pass over him or past him to be able to get out of the house. And Icy's like, nope, you're not getting out of the house without me knowing it. And yeah, if possible, he'll be going with him. Icy is a pretty spoiled dog. He doesn't get left home alone very often at all. Um, a few weeks ago, we left him alone, and because the hubby and I both went out to go grocery shopping. And when we got back home, Icy was howling. He does not howl very often at all, but being left alone definitely triggered that in him. And when I walked up to the back door, I mean, I know he probably heard the car, as soon as we got to our block. So when I was walking up to the back door, halfway across the backyard, I could hear Icy howling. Just like crazy dog. He does not like being left alone. And I mean, considering that I'm retired and I really don't go out that much, he doesn't get left alone on a general basis. But yeah. Something I love about my area, Ganny Joe, is that when we just go out for random rides, we can go about 15 minutes from our house, be in the heart of the country, and actually out into Amish country. And I think that's just so fun. Um, their farms are absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, it's really fun to go out and drive around out there. I'd really like to find out what Amish farmers out there sell stuff. I'd love to go get some really good eggs and some sorghum. When I lived down in Tennessee, I lived really close to an Amish community, and they had horse and buggy rides that you could take, and the drivers for the horse and buggy tours were not Amish, but they were friends with the majority of them out in this community, and so they knew which farms they could stop at and would have stuff for people to buy. So there were different farms where maybe their specialty were quilts. There was a farm where you could buy the baskets, beautiful baskets. um, Farms where you could buy eggs, veggies, I mean, you name it, it was out there. So I always enjoyed doing those tours. I had a friend come visit from Boston, and um, I took him out on an Amish buggy tour, and he was just so fascinated because he had never seen people here in America living that kind of lifestyle. Um, he was just totally amazed. Is my chat frozen, or are you guys just being really quiet? Quiet. Okay. Everybody asleep this morning? Am I putting you guys all back to sleep? I guess I need some more exciting stories. Come on, camera. Yeah, I know it's blurry. It's stupid. It's being idiotic this morning. There it goes. Ugh. Or are you blurry? It's not me, it's you. Actually, I feel kind of blurry this morning myself. So I guess my camera has a good excuse. It feels blurry too. So, Ganny Joe, what are you working on these days? You do have both eyes open? Okay. So Lori had put together a package of prizes for Camille, and one of the prizes that Camille won was a game. A lot of times when we are when Camille is doing her lives, a lot of times she will pull out a game to play. Um, we've done like Never Have I Ever or Would You Rather. Well, hey, Julianne, good morning. Um, so last night she brought out one of the games that Lori had sent her, and it's called Mind in the Gutter. And it's naughty clues, but nice answers. So the clues, I mean, they sound naughty, but they really aren't that naughty. But it was pretty hilarious. And there was one question that Camille just absolutely refused to read. And everybody was teasing her that she was over there clutching her pearls. And she said, yes, she was. She said she didn't have her face on camera last night. And she said it was a good thing because she was turning so red reading those clues. So I told her that was a game for when we do Discord. How are you this morning, Julianne? I halfway expected to see Camille this morning, but I hope she's getting some good rest. She has been really sick, and so is her husband. He's still got a nasty cough, which I suspect is going to take him a while to get rid of. They both caught, well, I think Camille caught the cold from Ryan, but Ryan had a nasty cough out of it. And Camille is just, it's mainly been in her head. And she's just not been feeling well at all. Lizzie had her party last night, and it was a sleepover, so you have a total of 5 kids in the house sleeping away. Well, glad they're still sleeping away. uh, so I guess in a while you're going to have to cook breakfast for 5 kids. So was it Lizzie's birthday? Possibly yes, depending on what they want. Gotcha. Well, I mean, you can just always go out and make some pancakes or something, and that's what they get. In my house, when I was growing up, if my mom was nice enough to go out and make, well, tell her happy birthday from Margaret. Sorry I missed it. Um, when I was a kid, if my mom was nice enough to go out and make breakfast in the mornings, you better darn well eat it. That was all there was to that. Of course, my mom always made good breakfasts. I never turned it down when she got up and went out and made breakfast on a weekend. She turned 9. Oh God, she's almost grown up. Good morning, Tammy. How are you today? Good to see you. They keep changing these YouTube screens around. I can never find stuff now. So Julianne, since you're late coming in, what I'm wearing is a chevron poncho that I just finished. And I made it a sleeved poncho. And yeah, I just love this yarn. This was the mandala yarn in Andorian colorway. And I like it a lot. I have a while back I bought like 50 skeins of acrylic yarn that's like the plied yarn, like kind of like what the yarn cakes are made with. And I bought some with the intentions that I'm going to dye it and make myself a big shawl. And the colors that I plan to dye are probably pretty close to what this is. But first, I need to dye my silk yarn so I can finish my shawl that I had bought the yarn from Camille to make, and ran out of yarn before I ran out of my idea for the shawls. So I decided to dye some silk yarn that I have to add to the project and see what that does for me. So, well, thank you. You're nice. I appreciate the compliment. I'm not sure how to say your name, so I'm not even going to try. Usually I'm pretty good with people's names, but yours looks a little difficult. Yeah, I lost my glasses somewhere between yesterday afternoon and this morning. Could not find them. I normally put them right on my bedside stand, right beside my bed. But that bedside stand is kind of a mess right now. I really need to just clear everything off of it and not pile it up. But I don't do too well at that. It's kind of where all my junk mail and just knickknacks and all kinds of junk ends up. And after a while, it gets piled up so high that I can't find anything. And then I'm constantly knocking stuff off of it. I mean, I don't take medicine, but I do have some supplements that I take. So all my supplements are on that table. And so I'm like constantly knocking them off. And you lose yours in your bed, Tank. I have done that too, because I'll take them off. And actually, now that I think about it, well, I did check. I guess I need to check at the foot of my bed. I checked up at the head of my bed, and they weren't on the floor or under the bed up there. So maybe I knocked them off at the foot of the bed. I don't know, but I could not find my glasses this morning. So when you see me leaning close, it's because I'm having to lean a little closer to read the chat. Sleep upside down. Lana, sometimes I will sleep at the foot of the bed, and some because I don't have a headboard or footboard on my bed, so either end could be the head or foot as I choose. So sometimes I will sleep with my head down at the end toward the window, and then other times I sleep with my head at the end up more toward the wall. So yeah. A reorganized hoarder. An organized hoarder. I can't even call myself an organized hoarder. If I was to be totally honest, I would probably just be called a hoarder. And yes, I'm a hoarder of yarn. That's my main hoard. I mean, I do hoard other craft items, but my main hoard is yarn. And yeah, it's pretty bad. So have you all ever heard of something called orange burps? It's a more or less a supplement that you can take if you have like acid reflux or something like that. It's a good natural thing that you can take to help combat acid reflux. Well, I had seen it advertised several years back, and I thought that I would, give it a try, because I'm always looking for a good way to combat acid reflux that's, not like the omeprazole. You can take it for a couple of weeks, but then you have to not take it for a couple of weeks because basically it's really bad for your bones. And so since osteoporosis was not something I wanted to end up with, not hoarding, collecting. Yes, curated collections. That's what we have, not hoards. But anyway, so I looked at ordering some of the orange burps, and that stuff was crazy expensive. But then I looked at the ingredient to see what it was made of, and it's basically orange oil, D-limonene. So I got on Amazon and found D-limonene for a lot less. I think it was less than half the price. Um, Ganny Joe, yes, I have taken baking soda and water, but it does not really last that long for me. Um, with the D-limonene, I can take one and it pretty much does me for the whole day. I don't have to worry about it. Um, so yeah. So I bought I bought a couple of bottles of the D-limonene. No, I bought one bottle because I was going to try it out. And um, when I got it, it was only half the strength of the orange burps. They were advertised at 1,000 milligrams per capsule, and um, the D-limonene I got was um, was 500. So I decided to take two of them, and that was a mistake. My stomach hurt so bad. And I was like, oh, no, 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 I am not taking this stuff. Well, then a couple of days later, I got to thinking about it. And I thought, well, maybe that was just too strong for my system. So I tried taking just one and found out, yes, just one was absolutely perfect. So if I'd have bought the orange burps and paid the price that they were asking for it, I would have been really upset because I would not have been able to take it. Um, but yeah, so I have been taking the D-limonene for several years now. But I did find out that the name Orange Burps is not undeserved because it makes you burp and it tastes like orange. Good morning, Nifty. Um, so yeah, it's kind of a weird thing. So when I ordered this yarn from Ice, I ordered 12 skeins of it because it comes in a pack of 4, and I ordered 3 bags of it. Well, so far on this top, I'm on my 3rd skein of it. So I'm thinking the whole top maybe will take me 4 skeins total. So that means I still have 2 bags left of it. So what I was kind of thinking, since I'm doing this long tunic, I was thinking I might do a duster just with the mesh stitch and make it real long like the tunic is going to be. So I think when I'm done with this tunic, I will look at doing that. Oh, thank you for putting the link up for anybody that is interested in checking out the D-limonene. There's the link on Amazon. I wonder if that's the same one that I get. No, it's not quite the same one, but they are probably pretty much the same. Mishi comes on 2 times this morning. Okay, $7.99. That's not a bad price. Definitely a whole lot less than the orange burps. Well, you guys, it has been an hour. So I think I am going to let you go on about your day, let you go over and watch Mishi when she gets on. I am probably just going to maybe go back to bed for a while. Between the time change and Ramadan, it has messed up my sleep really, really bad. Yesterday, I did not get to bed until 6 o'clock, 6:30 yesterday morning. And yeah. Yeah, Tank, resting today is definitely a good idea. I know you can't really catch up on sleep, but yeah, I'm definitely thinking about hitting the sack again and maybe sleeping another hour or two. So everybody have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for stepping in. I appreciate you all so much, and I enjoy you guys that you guys come and spend your hours on Saturday and Sunday with me. Just is really, really special to me. So thank you all very much. I hope you all do what you love today and be with the people you love. And take care, everyone, until tomorrow, 9:30, right here. See you then. Bye-bye.